Ladies and gentlemen, this is Thrice with Thrice's Daily Download, live from Austin, Texas, on FreedomizerRadio.com. We are sorry, folks, I am sorry, folks, if you tried to tune in yesterday and we were not online. The reason was we had some issues with our internet provider, so do apologize about that. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and just move forward with today, though. I'm trying to pull up a audio of some video clip for you guys. Today, one of our segments, we're going to be talking about the other side, and we'll be covering Stewart and Russell Brand, and how individuals like this are affecting how people are getting their media nowadays. Hence kind of why I started doing what I'm doing with this radio program. So what we're going to do is we're just going to jump into news brief. And I will go ahead and pull up that video while I'm doing that, or that audio, so we can get those things going. Alright, so today, Twitter pays hackers to find and report bugs. It's called the Bounty Program. This is actually something they've already been utilizing. It's just now they're basically going public with it and announcing it so other hackers who don't know about this can actually get on board and get involved. So that's kind of cool. It extends that helping hand out to the community. It extends the aid of a helping hand from the community, and it also pushes, people who may not know that you can make money doing these things into doing that instead of hacking and stealing money. So it's always good to reward people for being knowledgeable and offer opportunities and make them public so people can find out about them. And Twitter does harp on that, or they promote that. They said, security is a community effort. Facebook actually has given $2 million payout, I believe, this year. To hackers who have found bugs and reported them. But one company who is not doing it is Apple. But as you may know, some of the latest hacks, and a lot of hacks that end up coming out are focused on Apple. And I think, once again, when you start to incorporate using hackers and promote it out there for giving these people an ability to do open source kind of thing and work as a community, you get less attacks. It's like Linux. Not a lot of people attack Linux. Most people attack Microsoft and Apple. So, moving on, phone that detects gesture via radio wave. This is a new thing out from University of Washington. And basically they put an extra circuit board on what looks like a basic touchscreen phone with 4 loop antennas. These loop antennas judge the interference of the cellular radio waves that are being used to communicate with towers that the cell phone's using. So when you put your hand in certain areas, it's interrupting that signal that the cell phone's generally using. And even if it's not really affecting the signal as far as dropping calls, that phone has a whole area of the way the signal is received. It can sense it using these antennas. It's pretty interesting. Seems pretty simple yet sophisticated at the same time. But yeah, you could definitely look forward to that, because that's going to be a new technology. Guarantee you they'll shrink down and utilize. Next, we got Obama's en route to NATO summit, and he seemed to have stopped in Estonia, which is interesting because it's a very small country. It's the size of Tahiti, I believe, or Tijuana, I apologize. And they're really kind of promoting this as Russia's used some cyber attacks to attack on them, and also they're concerned about the fact that it's, they call it the Baltic Silicon Valley is located there. The president, actually, of Estonia, Tuma Hendrik, is reportedly very tech-savvy and tweet-friendly. So, there's a question here on both sides of the fence of whose side are you on, with the NATO side or are you on Russian, Chinese kind of side. So I think, again, this is a power play. I mean, unfortunately, here in America, we do always have the bias opinion of, what's Putin trying to take again? And I'm not saying he's a good guy, folks. Understand, you've always got to look at both sides of this. And obviously, this is a power play. Baltic Silicon Valley, having a title like that, the president of this place trying to be tech savvy and everything and pushing for those things. Obviously, there's some kind of play with that, and why Obama's stopping there on the way to the NATO summit. All right, moving forward, here's a fun thing, folks, especially you who enjoy sustainability. Solar Block. Michigan State University has a new solar. I cannot read my notes, folks. It's basically a new solar piece that fits over other glass windows, screens, different things like that. At least that is the future of what they're aiming at. They're at very early stages. And basically what it does is it absorbs the solar energy that's harnessed between the glass and the glass solar panel. It's a solar connector, though. It's not just like a solar panel. It uses this transparent luminescent solar concentrator. I'm having a hard time pronouncing this word. It's called a solar concentrator. I'm just learning about this. I've never heard of this before. So, just being honest. So basically, the goal of this is to be able to put it on buildings, use it on your cell phone, especially the large screen, and then be able to put on such as laptops, on your own house, in commercial areas, to where you can't even notice that this exists. That's pretty fascinating, folks. I mean, that solar panel that's clear is going to be a huge way to push this technology. And the great thing is it's made out of a luminescent plastic material, so it's actually cheap to make. And I think this is going to be a huge step forward for sustainability and learning that maybe we can move towards cheaper, easier access materials in order to make more sustainable objects such as this. I mean, I'm really excited about this, folks. I'll bring more news as that story develops. Because it's a solar panel that you won't even know is there. That's awesome. And it can go on almost anything that has glass. So, your glasses. Just throwing that out there. Alright, so next we're going to move on. This is a health tip for all you ladies out there. Just like to throw in these little health tips just to keep you guys going. Don't leave that makeup on. Do not go to your workout. Big advocate of working out through the day, too. So, if you've got makeup on and you try to fit in those 10, 20-minute workouts, or you just go to the gym for an hour, 2 hours, you might want to watch out for that. Because, one, if you're not using proper cleaner, getting that out of your pores, you can cause a lot of damage. One, absorbing metals, absorbing chemicals that are from the makeup if you're not using organic brands. And then two, also it causes pores, it can cause skin irritation, all sorts of stuff, folks. And this isn't just for women, it's also for guys, in the aspect of cleaning. After you do like heavy work and dirt and things like that, you go to work out. If you're working with plasters or any kind of fiberglass, any material that's not good for you, you want to take a shower before you work out in it. Some things you can use to protect your face when you're cleaning the makeup off is you can use the gentle organic cleansers. You can do a kind of clay rub, which is using the bentonite clay. You want to use a little bit of this. You don't want to really scrub too hard, just enough, and kind of you can use coconut oil, and you mix that together, and it creates a wash. You can use witch hazel, bronzer, oil is a real choice favorite. Those three together are phenomenal. If you haven't heard Dr. Bronner's soap, you should check it out. The baby's version is really good for your children, really good for you. And also, 3 things you can add to any kind of face wash is cucumber juice, avocado, and rose water. You put that in there and dilute it a little bit. It's just going to be like any other face wash that says, oh, we have this included. There you go, folks. Make it yourself. And other news, Bill Gates and HIV vaccine. $25 million donated from the Bill Gates Foundation to Oregon researchers who show promise in preventing infections in primates. Not only prevents the spread of HIV, but it also eliminates the infection in patients. This is pretty interesting, folks. I'm a firm believer that the HIV vaccine was already found because of just reports as far as what vaccine caused and a lot of things that go along with the vaccine. And the fact that, there's been a lot of stuff that says that these things were created in the first place. So I got a lot of suspicion on this one. You can take it how it is. I'm just reporting the news. Basically, let's put $25 million towards this new vaccine that can eliminate and eradicate and prevent. So, hopefully we'll see where that goes and how that turns out. It might turn into 5 years of more research or 10 years of more research, just like cancer, huh? Every time we hear another breakthrough, it's really a breakthrough. Anyway, so moving on. Ukraine finally received gas supplies from Slovak, and it's going to be covering the import needs for the midterm. It's really, they're saying it's not enough, but, this has to do with Russia cutting off supplies to this area and the Eastern Europe. So these are more things that we have to look forward to is issues with imports going on because Russia and them all had a really big relationship. And unfortunately, there's a lot of uncomfortability because of after the Soviet Union and everything. So gotta love what's going on there, folks. But it's good to hear that they're actually starting to get supplies in. Hopefully with the NATO stuff, it doesn't get too out of control. We'll have to see what happens, guys. All right, so one more health tip here, folks. If you're looking for a good alternative, there's been one thing they were talking about on the Proof Negative show is a lot of people moving to stop using shampoos, just like boycotting corn and other things. If you want to stop using shampoo, folks, here's a great thing. Get kombucha. Get a kombucha Scooby and do it at your house. You can make vinegar kombucha. It's beyond aging. It's beyond the aging time of tea kombucha, or tea kvass is what they call it in Russia. But when you use this vinegar kombucha on your hair, on your body, it's a great cleaner. You can also use it on countertops. You can mix essential oils in there, lemon juice. It's just great, folks. Even add a little white vinegar just to give it a little extra kick. But I use it. It actually, there's a lot older people who say it actually restores some color to your hair and it even makes your hair last longer. There's tons of things, guys. When you start eating a healthy diet and using things that actually give you nutrients back, that's where your body starts to change. And kombucha is one of those things. Not only does it have the vinegar concept in it, like has the vinegar pH, but it also has probiotic vitamins and bacteria. So it's creating those B6s, B12, and getting some bacteria and yeast in there, and some proteins, good essential amino acids. There are some sugars. It's not that big a deal when it comes down to affecting your skin, but you can always, when it goes to really vinegary, a lot of the sugars are already out. That's the big thing people complain about, especially with drinking. But you don't really want to drink the vinegar. You can add it to your other drinks. So it still works, folks, but you just got to dilute it when you want it to. All right, so moving on here, tech tips and tricks. We're going into our first segment after the commercial break here. I'm going to go ahead and pull up some commercials for you folks, and then we're going to move on. A little short of a news today, because we're going to be going into the fun segment. We're talking about first tech tips and tricks, and we're going to go on to the other side of the John Stewart and Russell Brand, how they're affecting the change in media and what people really want. All right, folks, keep some commercials for you here.
Vaccines are required for students, employees, immigrants, military members, and international travel. Do you know how to legally avoid them? This is vaccine rights attorney and Freedomizer radio host Alan Phillips. My vaccine exemption ebook can help you avoid the mistakes that have cost others their exemption rights. Get the authoritative guide to vaccine legal exemptions, an ebook available at freedomizerradio.com and vaccinerights.com.
Let freedom ring throughout the land.
Hi, I have a question for you. Are you sick and tired of being sick and tired? Do you want a company that provides good quality ingredients and does not use artificial sweeteners? Look no further. Genesis Pure has a complete lineup of health and wellness, sports performance, and superfruit juices like noni and mangosteen that are pure, wild harvested with no binders and fillers. The philosophy is simple: cleanse the body of toxins, balance the body's pH and hormones, and build the body nutritionally. Every race has a starting line, and yours is cleanse, balance, build. Sign up for at least a 25% discount and include auto ship of at least one product to start building up 20% back in points for free products. It's a win-win. Help fund our operation while you fund your body nutritionally. Start your journey at genesispure.com/freedomizerhealth. Again, that is genesispure.com/freedomizerhealth.
You know the Constitution like the back of your hand. You've read books, listened to podcasts, attended lectures,